Hey, what's going on? It's the livest dude on the planet, DéLeon CoppaDon, and I thank you for joining us on the Video Mix channel for On the Block Live. And I mentioned earlier about the state of Miami and what it's in these last 3 weeks, and it's really been disturbing, and we have to find solutions to these senseless killings. And I just brought a few friends on that will be joining me because he's an advocate in the community and he's doing great things and trying to mentor as well to the youth. Also was an optimist coach, and he's always involved with the teens and the youth. But we have to find a solution to these senseless killings. We have to really, like I told some of you all, I'm going to hold some of you accountable that I know personally, not just living on your high horse or doing what you're doing in your career, but reach back to the youth and say, listen, love life, enjoy life. Life is precious. Don't take it for granted. You understand me? And joining us today is one of 4 Life Entertainment's managers as well as businessmen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Buckwheat.
No, get it right, man. Get it right, man. Why we go through this every time, my brother?
But it's Buckwheat, but
it's Buckwheat, Banutsky.
Banutsky.
Or my mama call me James. They call me Buckwheat. Whatever you want to call it, but just don't butcher it, my brother. But the one thing one thing we will not do if you butcher it, I'm not coming to kill you, brother. I'm not coming to do that.
What's going on, my brother?
That ain't that, man. Just sitting back, man, just trying to find the solution. I've been getting a lot of calls from different places. There's a lot of people interested in getting involved with the movement. A lot of people are sick and tired of what's going on in our community because it's not making no sense, brother. So me, along with yourself, along with Jesse, along with my brothers over there with Headliner Marketing Group, my brothers with Teens Youth, and several other people, man, we just trying to put together a solution, because without the solution, we can't come to these young brothers and say, hey, man, you need to get off this corner. You need to stop this killing. You need to do this. You need to do that. It's going to take a solution. And what I think it's going to take a village. We got to go back to the old ways and put a new twist to it, brother.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. I've come across this, Buck. I've come across situations, you know me for a while, and my past life and things of that nature, but people see us progress and they see we keep moving and we're still here looking healthy. But how do we respond? Give me some jewels or some tips. How do we respond when we say, well, DéLeon, I remember you was such and such and such and such. Now look at you getting money and this and that. Well, why I can't do that? How do we respond to that? And because I get a little cotton in my throat when I say, well, I experienced a little past, brushes with the law, but I succeeded from that. How do we respond to that when they say, well, I remember you when you used to do this and do that, and now look at you, with the clothing line and doing this and doing that. How do we respond to that?
You know how you respond to that? You stop living selfish. You stop thinking about DéLeon and start thinking about the people that truly loves you. I'm gonna tell you, I got a story, bro. I was on the run from the police when I was in college, right? They kicked our door in. They kicked our door in, right? We was on the way to the Essence Festival. So I went to that door through the grace of God. I didn't go inside. Somebody warned me, so I didn't go inside. But make a long story short, I was on the run. So came to Miami, was still on the run for about 8 months, right? So mess around, police finally catch me. It took a big weight off my shoulder. I'm like, thank you, Lord. Let me get it over with. Bond it out.
Yeah.
Bond it out now. Me and my moms and my nephew, which was 5 years old at the time, right? Went to Leon County, I had to go to court. They kept me. They kept me, sentenced me to like
Wow.
8 months, right? The
Mm-hmm.
look on my mom's face and the look on my 5-year-old nephew when them people kept me. Not to mention, my mom didn't know nothing about Tallahassee besides coming to see me play football. So now she telling the bailiff, let me just get a phone number from him so she can call this young lady that I was dealing with, this goddess that I was dealing with at the time, right? The lady starts snapping on my mom, right? Because as you know, the system, when you get involved with the system, whether you're a probation officer or you're a police or whatever you are, they train you, they manipulate your mind to make you think that your people is not crap. And I'm gonna say crap because I don't know if we could cut or we got to keep it
No,
clean.
live television. Yes.
Live television, so I can say what I want to say.
No, it's thousands of people watching you. This is local television.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna keep it PG. So
yes.
the lady, and I didn't know this until the other day because me and my mom spoke to me about it, and she told me how the lady treated her. And me seeing the look on my mom's face and the look on my can you imagine a 5-year-old young man not knowing what's going on, seeing his uncle being handcuffed and escorted away from his mom. The mom is the God, the natural God.
Right.
So when you take that child, no matter what that child did, away from their child, now it's crazy. Now my mom, once I figured out, listen, when you get, every time you get in trouble, you are not only affecting yourself, you're affecting the people that really love you.
Yes.
That what made me change my whole lifestyle, my whole train of thought of thinking. So I say, you know what? No longer will I think selfishly. No longer will I think about only me. It's not only about me, it's about people that love me. Because at the end of the day, every time you young brothers is getting locked up, not one time, not 1% of your homeboys gonna write you. They ain't gonna send you nothing. They ain't, when you get killed, they ain't gonna even be your pallbearer.
No.
So it's about when people ask you questions like that, my brother DéLeon, you just tell them I had to stop thinking selfish and had to start thinking about the people that I'm really hurting. Starting off with yourself. So once I realized that I was hurting the people that love me, that truly love me, hold on, Buck. You got to pump your brakes, man. You got to get your act together. You feel me? And the things I was doing at that time in college, I was just doing just to get by. You understand me? I was hustling to get by. I didn't have no scholarship.
Right. Let me ask you. So
go ahead, brother.
Let me ask you. See, you also been an optimist coach, so I know it hurts you to your soul when you have seen young gentlemen come through your tunnel. You know, you see them from 5, and then next thing you know, they're 15, but then they're getting in trouble, and you be like, well, what's going on? What's happening? So I say this to say, and we grew up in a different time. I would say we had more opportunity. You know, the team disco, you know, we was active, both of us played ball, this and that. We had more things. Do you think now it's not too much for a team to do but play video games, you know, but what do you hold people accountable and fathers that need to mentor more? Do you think it need to be more mentorship? What's your solution?
I hold the system. I hold the families. I hold the dads. I hold the moms. But really, I hold the system accountable because when we was growing up, right? And when we was going to school, they had home economics. They had auto mechanics. They had sewing. They had What the school
Cooking,
thing that you
Yeah, wood shop.
yeah, that's home
wood
economics.
shop,
They had
home economics. Yeah, yeah.
the jobs where you could go, you could leave your school early,
Oh,
work study.
early. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They
Work
had
study.
work
Yeah.
studies.
Mm-hmm.
Now the system was systematically set up to cut out all them programs. Cause remember,
Mm-hmm.
school system wasn't teaching financial literacy, but what the school system
Mm-hmm.
was doing, they was literally teaching you a trade before you can get out of school. So
Mm-hmm.
now it wasn't all about, oh, you got to go to college and get an education
Mm-hmm.
and come back and work for somebody. Because that's all college is.
Mm-hmm.
Send your
Yes,
kids
yeah.
to college. Half of them, they ain't built like us. You understand me?
Right.
So now you send
Right.
you send your kids to college. They scared already because they on the titty. These titty babies right now. You
Mm-hmm.
got to remember, they
Mm-hmm.
ain't built like us because they never had
Right.
to cut no grass. They never had to water. They never had to wash no cars. They never had to pump gas.
Mm-hmm.
They never had to sell
Mm-hmm.
newspaper. They never had to sell bottles. You understand me? We did all those
I
things.
totally understand. Yes, we
We did
did.
all those things. We built our own bikes. We built slingshots.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
4th of July,
Yes.
we made cannons. We had SOS
Cannons.
bands.
Yeah, the
That was our
cannons.
sparklers. That was our sparklers.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
these kids these days, they being raised by this bull crap music. And that's
Right.
another system that's raising our kids. And another
Mm-hmm.
thing, if these like I always tell these parents, these mothers,
Mm-hmm.
okay, if you and your baby father had a misunderstanding and your father
Mm-hmm.
went left and the father went left and y'all no longer together, and you get a stepfather that's willing to come be a mentor to that kid and be a father to that
Mm-hmm.
kid, and when that stepdad try to take the role as a father, try to chastise that kid, and you jump in the way and say, "Don't you put your hand on my kid," and the
Hands on
kid
my. Yeah.
say, "Oh, Negro, you ain't my daddy. You can't tell me."
Yeah.
Hold the dice. Hold the dice.
That's. It should be.
Everybody
Yep.
needs to be held accountable from the real father all the way down to the mother. And the system has constantly told these parents,
Broken that.
if we giving you this welfare, a man cannot
Mm-hmm.
be inside that house. So it was systematically taken away from us, saying that, oh, that father figure can't be in the house. Now you put the
Mm-hmm.
woman on blast. Oh, you need to be independent. You need to do everything. No, we need
Right.
the father,
Right.
and we need the woman.
Right.
The woman is very
Right.
important. So when
Right.
we say when we go back to the question, what do? We got to implement these programs back. Whether me, you,
Right.
Jesse, whoever,
Right.
we got to start a curriculum to be able to get this funding because it's gonna take money.
Right.
I can't go on the
Yes.
corner and tell my young brother that's making, let's per se, $500 to
Yeah.
$1,000, right? I can't go to him and
Right.
say, "Hey, man, you need to get off this block."
Yeah. That's
And he
the
making
issue
money.
I got too. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's the issue I got too, man.
I can't go tell
I
him
battle
to
with.
get off the block. Go ahead, brother. My bad. I
I battle
apologize.
with that. No.
Right.
I battle with that too, man, because this is what I'm battling with right now. I have some 25-year-olds I be talking to, 22, 23. And now with the fraud game, back then, when we were growing up, one fraud wasn't heavy like the young people are into it. It's like, how can I reach them without trying to break them? They want to still make their money, and it's hard for me to say, hey man, you need to stop, doing the fraud. You need to stop, robbing. You need to stop doing this and doing that. When he's looking at me like, well, man, if I do go get a job, they only paying $10 an hour, and I want nice things, and it's that tension right there. Like, how can we let them know, man? Listen, you still can have nice things legally. You just got to put in your
Right,
time and your work. But they want it the
right.
microwave. I call it the microwave generation. They want it right then. They don't really want to work. And if they did it once, if they get by once, you think they're not gonna do it again? So
Right.
it's that finding that solution right there to them, because then they look at you once again, throw your past life in there. Oh, well, you was once getting money like that, so why can't I try that lifestyle? Why can that? And then it's still been with Instagram too, like you said, with the social media. It's hard to look and look at social media, and you see people flashing money or flashing this and flashing that. It's like it's so easy to get. So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to go out there and get it the wrong way.
Man, what I learned from this new era and what's going on with however you getting your money, that's on you. But like I always tell them, I sit back and listen to them. I had to learn that I can't come barking. Nobody like to
Mm-hmm.
be talked at. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what we got to stop doing. We got to stop talking at them.
At them,
Sometimes we got
right?
to
I
pump
agree.
our brakes. We got to pump our brakes as OGs and just sit back and listen to them and let them vent. And once they vent,
Mm-hmm.
then we come with our solution. If I got a message to anybody that's out there doing fraud or whatever, if you got away with it, kudos to you. But what I always explain to them, don't be out here because you're touching a few stamps. Don't just go to no strip club and blow it. These ladies don't like you like that. I never seen so many Cuban links. I never seen so many Cuban links in my life. If you don't, they don't like you like that. You feel me?
Right,
We
right,
always got to
right,
talk muscle.
right,
I got a
I can talk
question.
to
right.
catfish. I
It's Jesse.
Go
I
ahead,
can talk
Jesse.
to.
I got a question
Go
for you
ahead,
guys.
Jess.
So, with the, I'm definitely vibing with the conversation that y'all are having, but I want to bring it current to like this past week. Seven people died in
Seven to
this.
eight,
Yeah,
seven to
Mm-hmm.
eight to
and
nine,
I'm
and
wondering
not
how do
talking
we
about the
change
woman that
in
they
our
have to kill.
community this whole this whole definition of snitching has really been polluted to people don't understand that protecting your community is not snitching. When people are terrorists in our community, they don't deserve to live amongst us, bro. We can't create
Right.
safe haven for people that's destroying, killing babies and things like that. So there has to be a way that. But the thing I understand is, I mean, you can't just walk into the police station and do something like that because I understand what happens after the fact. You know what I'm saying? But we have to come up with ways for people to be able to safely police our community. They don't have to worry about their lives,
Mm-hmm.
their family's going to be killed over them
Mm-hmm.
being able just trying to do the right thing. We got that's something in our community we have to correct because that's so wrong. We have people living in these children grow up with PTSD because all the horrible things that's going on in these communities, bro. We gotta come somehow from internally and fix that. So with these 7 people, I mean, I really, everyone who hear my voice out there, if you know who shot these people last week, tell somebody. Tell the police.
Yeah.
Call your commissioner. Call your county commissioner.
Mm-hmm.
Call somebody
Mm-hmm.
that has
Because
authority and be safe. I'm not telling you to go out and but be safe about how you. But there's ways that these days you can use technology. You're able to use your phone and
Mm-hmm.
text and email and things like that. But we have to come
And
up
be
with a way that
anonymous.
we can police our community, bro. Because we can't we can't be scared to go outside. You're scared to go to the store. You're scared to do everything, and these people just living amongst us. So we got to fix that.
Hey
Now you said
Jesse,
a jewel.
I
You said a jewel. You said we have to start policing. We can't depend on the police.
That's
We
right.
have to start policing, and these are the meetings we need to have.
This is the classic
And
conversation
then
when people try to come back and say Black Lives Matter. Well, why this? This is the classic. This is the classic position that people try to put us in when we're talking about Black Lives Matter, and then this happens, and we're not out here handling it. You know what I'm saying? We have
And
to be
Hey,
on
also,
top of
Jesse,
hey,
this.
Jesse, I tell
go
people
ahead.
all the time, our lives matter.
Mm-hmm.
Our lives. We're not over the Black Lives Movement. We got to take initiative to our own movement.
That's right.
No, not to the Black Lives Matter movement. It's a
Right.
movement. But we got to be responsible for our movement.
Mm-hmm.
Because when these type of things happen, Black Lives Matter, the Black Lives Matter movement is not coming to our community. They're not putting a
Mm-hmm.
fight up in our community.
Mm-hmm.
Our lives matter. That's what it's about. And when I see all
Mm-hmm.
these kids, a lot of these kids that I'm seeing that's passing away, I coach some of them. I coach majority of them, whether they was at another park or I coached against them. You understand me? So it really hurts me dearly when I'm seeing that we're taking on the mentality of another city, mainly Chicago, because what
Yeah.
these kids are doing right now, they of course they're killing, but now they're taking on that drive-by mentality. Yo, you got a
Yeah.
problem with somebody? I ain't saying go out there and do something to them, because there's a better way to do it. You can talk it out or whatever it may be. But don't just be
Mm-hmm.
going shooting now innocent babies. Now when these innocent babies getting killed, I have no understanding at all.
Me either. I was telling Jesse
So
that I have no
everybody has
understanding.
to be held accountable. So when you say, hey man, when you know something, man, you got to say something, because at the end of the day, that can be your baby.
Mm-hmm.
That could be your sister. That could
Yeah.
be your brother. That could be your mama. That could be your daddy.
Yep.
People be
Yeah.
talking about, oh, shit, that ain't got nothing to do with me. How that ain't got nothing to do with you?
Yeah.
It affects
Yeah.
all of us.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah. That.
affects all of us.
And
Yeah. Don't wait till it's on your doorstep. You got the kid. If you when you saw this little princess
Exactly.
get killed, if your heart didn't break to see this child, this little baby that was killed a couple weeks back. In addition to the other one, but it's
Mhm.
just this a little baby, bro. And if you can't feel for
Right.
other people's children, bro, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? We got
That's
to
a
you got to
problem.
be able to
Yes, it
feel
is.
for other people's pain, bro, and not just in not just wait till it's on at your family and on your
And
doorstep.
and Jesse, I think
Hey,
people are being trained now to be numb.
Yeah, you
It's like people are
desensitized. It happens so
becoming
much. You get
numb.
desensitized.
It's
That's what I'm
like
saying.
yeah,
People growing up in
it's
PTSD.
yeah, they're growing numb, and then you just turn the other head and like, oh, as long as it's not immediate home, I'm not worried about it. That's the mentality right there. What Buck said, we got to go back to the village. That mentality. Oh, it didn't happen on my front doorstep, so I'm not worried about it. Get out of that. Get out of that. And I'm not saying chime in people business, like try to be all in their business. But when it comes to the community and having people destroyed senselessly, it's not adding up. And the whole thing where people say, okay, well, uh, I'm trying to get out of this neighborhood. I'm trying to. It's nothing wrong with moving from a neighborhood, but why not feed the neighborhood? And there's many ways to feed the neighborhood, not just by food. It's we're
right.
getting out of that. We're getting this selfish. Well, oh, once I get my dollars together, I'm not going to feed the neighbor. I'm not going to chime in to the youth. I'm not going to. A perfect example. Yesterday on 183rd, I was at the corner store opening up a little shop there. While we were in there, the health inspector, we seen the kids come in from Carol City. The Arab came from behind the counter just to watch them, and he wasn't even he was taking it. It was sad. And the health inspector, the lady, she looked. She was a black lady. She looked. And she said she had to stop what she was doing. She had to look. She said it shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't be like this. We shouldn't have to hawk our kids because of the stigma. Oh, they're gonna steal. Oh, they're gonna take. Or they might start shooting. Or they might that stigma of the black kid alone. That's scary as hell, man. You should see how people look at teens, black teens, and it's like, why don't we have that stigma? Why? That's what I'm tired of,
Hey,
man.
DéLeon, the thing is, people are scared.
Yeah.
These brothers like myself, I ain't scared, man. I done died and came
Mm-hmm.
back multiple times. You understand me? I done had a gun pointed to my head, and the dude shot the gun, and the bullet went in the tree behind me. So
Mm-hmm.
me, I'm not
Yeah.
scared. I'm not scared to get in the trench. I don't live over town no more,
Mm-hmm.
but I come here every
Mm-hmm.
day. So it's about getting out there, and a lot of these kids, they're gonna respect you. But when you turn your back, that's is the scary part, because you don't know what they're gonna do to somebody else. I'm not worrying about
Mm-hmm.
me. I'm worrying about the community. I'm worried about that young
Mm-hmm.
life that's about to be taken away on both sides, because no one wins in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
One person get killed, the other one eventually gonna go to jail, or if he don't go to jail eventually, he gonna wind up getting killed, because you reap what you sow. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing that we have to do. We can't no longer be scared. You got people who
Mm-hmm.
are victims. They are incarcerated in their own house, and they feel like that's normal. I had a young lady
Mm-hmm.
tell me, "Oh, when they start shooting, I just get on the floor, and when
Yeah.
it's over, then
Yeah.
I get back up." You shouldn't have to live like
Mm-hmm.
that, bro.
Nah.
Back in the day,
Well, Buck, check
when
this
it
out.
go
Go
ahead,
ahead. Nah. Check this
go
out.
ahead, bro.
Now that you have you're a businessman and manager and for For Life Entertainment, you have the clothing line For Life Entertainment. We're gonna before we wrap up, I want to let them know where can they find, what can they order. But you got somebody right now watching. With these last words, what do you want to say to that youth, that young brother that may be thinking he got that gun cocked or he got that beef going on right now? Say something to them young men.
Man, I just want to tell y'all, man, I love y'all. You understand me? I love y'all, young gods. You are gods out here. You are gods. Young ladies, you are goddesses. You have to start thinking like gods. You have to start
Mm,
educating yourself. You have to start being a leader. You have to start getting that integrity, that moral integrity to start loving yourself. Treat yourself with the utmost respect. And if you rolling with a cat and you know he ain't right, even though that's your friend, you got to learn how to separate yourself, because at the end of the day, you are not a punk, you are not a sucker, because you chose to be a leader. And last but not least, just know that we love you, your mom love you, your family love you. And this is a one-way road. It's only one way to the penitentiary. Is these streets. These streets don't love you. You got to start with
mm.
yourself. Stop looking for love outside of yourself, and love yourself eternally. You can't love
Okay.
somebody else if you don't love yourself, young brothers.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Let them know where can they find and order. I know everyone is looking at that awesome shirt, still waiting on my shirt, but we're not going to talk about that right now. Let them know where they can order the.
Hey,
Okay.
basically,
Oh, hold on one second. Hold
T4L.
on, Buck. We just got
Go.
somebody. Hold on, Buck. We just got Anthony from the Circle of Brotherhood. We would like to bring him in on this conversation real quick. Real quick. Let's bring him in. Hey, what's going on, my brother?
What's up, God?
You there? His connection?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear you
we can
now.
hear
What's
Okay.
you,
going
black
on, my
man.
brother?
Hey man, peace and blessings, man. Peace and blessings. We doing good, thank God.
All love and respect,
Yes,
brother.
sir. Yes, sir. Well, we were just talking about, we was having a conversation about these senseless killings in our Miami community, but it's just getting rampant right now. And we was trying to find a solution and what some of the solutions that we can implement in our community to stop this senseless killing.
Yeah, man, it's getting bad, and the reality is that nobody's coming to save us, and it's gonna be us that's gonna save our own community. And one of the things that we believe that can help with that is this hip hop, man. And so,
Right.
Yes.
you know, hip hop, higher infinite power, healing our people.
Yes. Wow. I caught that.
Yeah, no doubt. Really have that power to change our community. And just the way you see what it has done to our community now, we change the message and put substance in there, our young people will like that as well. And so
Yes, sir.
it's our responsibility as older brothers who made it through jail, prison, industry.
What'd you say?
And so hello?
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead. Repeat that again.
Can
Yeah.
y'all hear me?
You breaking up, black man.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Connection.
We're gonna try to get a clear connection. We're gonna try to get a clear connection. But make sure that you guys stick around. And this conversation is very, very, very touching in Miami, and we have to find a solution. We have to find the necessary solutions to implement in our community. But it's a challenge to reach the youth. It's a challenge to reach a young man or a young woman when their mentality is so dark, and because of maybe their upbringing or their surroundings, and that may be the only way they can survive. But the internal beef, what we call in neighborhoods beef, it's crazy, man. So we're going to continue this conversation. Stick around and stay tuned, man. Also, request your favorite video. Don't be shy. Don't be shy to call in, and you maybe want to request a video for someone else or represent your neighborhood. You're watching On the Block Live with the loudest dude on the planet, DéLeon CoppaDon.
Let's not forget, we are the peacemakers of our community. We're not going to be able to save everybody, believe it or not. But everybody we can save, we got to try to save them, man. I'm hoping and praying one day in every black community there will be a circle of brotherhood, and that's my dream.
Lord have mercy, we really thirsty, need our fair share of the land. It's kinda crazy seeing the white man's got the plan. I know you got the whole wide world in your hand. I'm only asking that you put some cash in our hand. I'm calling all the black millionaires to come home. I promise you, we gon' help you build right at home. Killing the lies that the black man don't care. That fake news, that assessment really ain't fair. Cause we been sweating all this blood in our equity. One brother, one hood, rebuild our community. Cause all the trapping and gun clapping is played out. We bout to build a black Wall Street in the South. From Miami to Mobile and worldwide. The black man is getting wise, still we wise. The 4th Amendment that passed and now it's all good. Ex-cons can finally vote up in our hood. With one voice, one mind, and one vision. Young kings, it's our time, so pay attention.
I have a dream, you have a dream, that we can be in unity. I have a dream, you have a dream,
that day has a minute point turned into a nightmare.
and you're a king, so let's
to call us thugs and criminals. We switched up, changed our mindset. We all came to lift up our community with love and unity. Taking our hood back, boy, we stopping the foolery. Putting the guns down, we don't want another eulogy. Don't wanna hear about another death over jewelry. Stop the coonery, the streets ain't nothing new to me. I shouldn't have to worry about a black man shooting me. One brother, one hood, it's all love, it's all good. And we ain't stopping till them bullets start popping, till our people start eating and our streets start bleeding, yeah. Time out, get the crime out, the grime out. Black kings in the booth, bring the shine out. I have a dream like MLK, I don't play. I'm fighting for my brothers every day, hey.
That we can be in unity. I have a dream.
That dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare.
And you're a king. So let's dream. So let's dream.
Man, the people lucifying us, and at the same time, the people crucifying us. But they know we timekeepers. The crown people, Jehovah Witnesses, and brown Jesus. They know it. So are you trying to get this provolone? They tap your mobile phones for planted colonial chromosomes. For real? So are you trying to be a mortgage loaner? They'll slide up on you and turn you into an organ donor. Out of bounds, you get drenched. Shit, 100 miles, 4 miles on some lynch kit. Don't trust them, brother. Nah. See, that's that Willie Lynch kit. If you don't know, get to him. Here's the Lynch Willie kit. Lynch. We keep the young against the old against the young. And once we keep them divided, there'll never be one. You gotta keep all them blacks from them red brothers. And all the bum old brothers from getting bread brothers. Put it together, they'll be booting at each other. And in 100 years, we'll have them shooting at each other. Get them, get them.
The livest dude on the planet, DéLeon CoppaDon. And in case you're just watching, we recently were talking about senseless killings in the Miami community and what are the solutions that we can do to implement in our community. And it's just getting unbearable to where people are scared to go to the stores. They are scared to go out to get something to eat. They are even scared to let their kids play outside in certain areas. And this is not living. This is not the way we should be living. And we have to find something. We have to really dig down deep and search these souls. We have to touch these souls and let them know life is precious and find a better way to handling any issue that you have. All right, okay? So, and I had earlier a friend of mine, Buckwheat, was touching on some topics about what can we do and how should we implement it. Is Buckwheat there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And Anthony, we got you back. Okay, Anthony. Anthony, let me ask you. Anthony?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me? Has the Circle of Brotherhoods been having certain meetings and seeing what they can do to touch some of these young adults with these senseless killings? You there? We lost him again. Okay, we'll have him back. We'll have him back. Buck, is Buck there? Buck's there. Buck. Once again,
I'm here,
I think you should go on, man. I think you should go on and start a full life mentoring program, bro. What you say about that? I mean, you're always active. Yeah,
I'm all for it. That's what I stated. In the beginning, we have to come with this curriculum to be able to get this funding. I have no problem with that. And that's what's missing. Like I said, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this.
Yeah.
A police officer that I know told me this, brother. A police officer told me this. He said, I have no problem with a brother on the street doing what they're doing to support their family. Respect me, respect these kids, but until I can find the way and be able to give you an opportunity to get you off this street, I cannot do. I would not harass you. But as long as you're not messing with these kids, and that's what we got to do. We got to come up with a curriculum to be able to get money from the CRA, to be able to grab some of these kids and just take them away from this madness, take them out of the country or something, show them something different. So what you saying, the mentoring program, that's awesome, brother. That's awesome, man. I would love to get together with you guys and put something together, get the paperwork, and just make it do what it do, brother.
Make it do what it do. Yeah, definitely. Now, real quick, if they wanted to order some For Life gear, where can they find it? Where can they order?
I'm finna give y'all the math, all right? And I'm gonna let y'all leave on this one. When you see the T4L, it represents every town, every neighborhood, every country in the world. Of course, it started in Overtown. A lot of people get it twisted. I can't buy Town of Gear worldwide because I'm not from Overtown. We got to change that narrative, people, because even though you're not from Overtown, if it look good and you like it, support it. You're not from Gucci, Louis, Prada, none of that nonsense. None of them people put money back into our community. None of them people feed our kids. So don't get it twisted when you see the T4L brand, the Town of Gear worldwide. Don't be scared to say, man, I want to buy that, because a lot of people want to buy it, but they'll get stuck in that mind frame and be like, I'm not from Overtown, so I'm not going to support it. But you can go on www.Town of Gear worldwide and order it, or you could go on my Instagram. If you see something that you like at Town of Gear worldwide, you see something you like, DM me, and I'll custom make it for you.
That's what's up. Now, thank you, Buck, for joining me, man. But listen, I'm going to swing into real quick. Guess what? Right after this, you know I had to stop through the compound and give that blast to the Overtown ambassador. And I'm just going to show some snippets, man. And listen, I'm proud of YD, man. Against all odds, listening.
Hey, Jesse.
Yes.
Not to cut y'all off, I'm sorry. Make sure y'all interview that young brother YD. He's very intelligent.
It's after this. I got it coming on after this, brother. I got it coming. That's why I'm trying to surprise you. I got it coming on right after this. Right after this. Hey, bro, I'm going to see you, man. We're going to get up, man, have some lunch, do some things, and go make it popping, all right? Thanks for joining me.
Love y'all, man. All love, respect, my brothers.